Hi, I'm Debbie from Lenot. At Lenot, we have a team of wedding consultants who are passionate about wedding Chinese cultures, and we are here to help the couples and their parents on how to get about to do this 过大礼 done correctly and most important, stress-free. Wedding is actually a time for tradition. Wedding itself is already a tradition. So in the olden days, there are many different traditions that is practiced. And right now, in the modern context, a lot of things has been cut away. Okay, but as Chinese, we still definitely have to complete certain traditions, to call this a Chinese wedding. These traditions not only remind us of our roots, but it also celebrate our individual culture. For 过大礼, these are the essential items to be included during the 过大礼 process to send over to the bride's family. Okay, these are the items that we usually often seen in the Chinese traditions. This is actually red dates. Red dates represent 早生贵子. We have this longan to represent 富贵圆满. Lotus seed to represent 连生贵子. 百合, of course, it actually means 百年好合. Two sweet items to symbolize 甜甜蜜蜜. It can be items like the winter melon or the rock sugar. These items are to be presented to the bride's families in the pair. And over at the bride's side, this is where they will accept this gift and return a portion of it. These are the items that you will usually see in a Hokkien celebrating occasions. In Chinese, we call these two items 米老, 马老. Okay, this is a very sweet item that is made out of sesame and rice. It has a meaning of prosperity as well as fertility. So during Chinese wedding, these items are usually presented to the bride's family. I'm sure a lot of you all are very familiar with this. This is actually the peanut shugi, or in Chinese we call this gong tang. It's actually made out of peanuts. So for Hokkiens, this is a very common item that we will usually see for Chinese wedding because 花生 it represents 早生贵子, 甜甜蜜蜜. These two seeds are to be scattered on the wedding day for the couples. It actually represents 开花结果, 开枝散叶. These items, when they send over to the bride side, the parents, they will keep a portion of it and return a portion of it as well. A tray of oranges will be presented to the bride's family on the 过大礼 days. Usually 12 of 18 oranges will be presented because 12 and 18 are the auspicious number for Chinese. 12 represent a year of luck while 18 represent prosperity. And pink ting will be presented together with the oranges to the bride's parents. This is to thank the parents for agreeing this marriage as well as to thank her for bringing her up. For Hokkiens, during 过大礼, we will actually send over 2 pairs of candles, a pair of dragon candles, as well as a pair of phoenix candles. The bride's family will keep the pair of dragon to represent that they have a new members in the family. And they will send the pair of phoenix back to the groom to represent that they have a new daughter-in-law. Cans of betrothals and 2 bottles of alcohol are also essential items for Hokkien 过大礼. All these items are then being put in the 3-tailed traditional baskets and accompanied by the matchmaker to be bring over to the bride's family. These traditional 3-tailed baskets are originated from Hokkiens. These baskets are still widely used for all the celebrities' occasions today. In the olden days, 过大礼 is one of the most important ceremony for Chinese wedding. Therefore, during this 过大礼 day, a lot of preparations are done. A matchmaker will be present during the ceremony to say her blessing to the new couples. Today, the 过大礼 process are very much simplified. It's not as exaggerated as before. A lot of our items are also not seen comparing to last time. Items like yam or items like the lotus root, items like the pomegranate fruits are usually found for Hokkien's traditions. But today we are just being very simple. Only the most common items like the oranges are seen. After the most important 过大礼 for the Chinese wedding ceremony, there are also a few other ceremonies need to be carried out before the actual wedding day. One of it would be the bed setting, which is what we call the 安床. Bed setting ceremony are conducted by the couple's parents using items from the dowry set. Items that are being used are the bed sheet and a pair of prosperity lamps. During the process, the parents will lay the bed sheets over the couple's bed, saying all the auspicious blessings such as 甜甜蜜蜜, 早生贵子, 恩爱缠绵. After saying all this, they will also light up the lamp at their bedside. Last but not all, they will place the bed setting items on the tray and leave it on the middle of the bed. This bed setting will be completed and nobody is supposed to touch the bed until the wedding day. On the eve of the wedding night, Hokkiens will have a praying ceremony to get blessings for their marriage. In Chinese, we call this 拜天公. After the praying ceremony, the couple's parents will help to conduct the hair combing ceremony. Another wedding traditions for Hokkiens are during Huili, or what we call the 嫁妆. The bride's parents will prepare the son-in-law's pants, wallet, belt, and shoes for the groom. This actually represents prosperity and hope that the son-in-law will have a good career and future, hence the couple will have a good life ahead. Another practice for Hokkiens is the bride's parents will prepare a piece of new table skirting. This is for them to use for praying during Bai Tian Gong session. As much as we are in a modern society, we hope to preserve this culture and pass down to the younger generations in the years to come.